what should people be looking for when they look at either, the ACA, the exchange, or when they're joining a new company or their insurance plans that their existing employer have changed? What are some of the key things that they should be looking at? Because there's a lot of buzzwords there that I think a lot of people have a cursory knowledge of, but they don't look really below the surface, like you just mentioned.
It's a great question. I think it depends on where you are in your cycle. So if you're someone who's entering the workforce versus someone who's been ingrained and you're changing jobs, that thought process, the decision is a little different. So for example, if you've been in the workforce, you're changing your employer and you're getting new plans, don't assume what you had before is going to be the same as what you had now or what being offered. So you really have to read the fine print. But at the end of the day, because of the one positive thing about Affordable Care Act is that all plans, for the most part, have to have some basic minimum requirements. So they're all going to have preventative care, right? And they're going to have, max out of pockets. And so there's going to be this limit to how much money out of pocket. But beyond that, there's still a lot of variability in terms of networks. Do you have a doctor you like to see? Is he or she in this network, right? Because that's going to be less expensive than not. Do you have a lot of medical expenses? Are you comfortable with having a high deductible? Because, if you're healthy, you're not going to have a lot of expenses. Maybe paying a lower payroll contribution, but having a higher deductible is okay because you're not expecting, maybe you get some money in the bank to pay for that catastrophic versus, I don't want a big deductible. I want to pay it from dollar one. So there are these choices about your own healthcare needs, but it really is, financially, you need to add the numbers up, number one, and just to say, what am I paying out of pocket? Because there's a lot of different factors. How do you estimate what your healthcare is going to be for the next year? And that's usually where it starts.